Today we're going to talk about some of the most intriguing, beautiful women in the whole wide world. Today we're going to the Philippines. Before we get started, we're going to talk about the pros, cons of being in those countries, and what should we do as men that are seeking for women for marriage, companionship, and lovers. All right, so before we get started, let me light the candle, and as always, we do the beauty of the week. So that's our beauty of the week. We're gonna get started. Let's talk about the Philippines and how beautiful this country is. The Philippines is made up of 7,600 islands. Can you believe that? So you have vast amount of beaches, water sports, a lot of things that you can do in the Philippines. So we're gonna talk about the pros, but before we do that, let's jump right into the cons. Now, if you are one of the brothers that use passport and you go from place to place and you meet different women and you're doing it for the purpose of dating, and you're not doing it for the purpose of marriage, this may not be for you. Because Filipino women, if you want to do it for dating, you have to be honest and transparent with them. According to sources, it says that dealing with the wrong Filipino woman, making her think you want a relationship when you just want to sit here and date and deal with several people, can end up easily putting you in jail. Because one, you may just come across the wrong girl whose father, cousin, uncle, whatever, you may get an altercation. And what we will not be doing in foreign countries and foreign lands is be there in some type of negative situation, negative publicity, fights, and endangering our lives and those around us. All right. So if your intention is to date and just openly date, then just say that. Having the intention as if you're seeking for wives when really you just want to date. So let's be honest and transparent, because what you don't want to do is end up in this place.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
All right. So that is a Filipino prison. You get in an altercation and you get in there. You don't have a U.S. jurisdiction that's just going to pull you out. In that place, you may be in there 2 months before you ever see a judge. So 2 to 5 months, they say, before you ever see a judge. And you do not want to be in this place, right? We did not come over there for those purposes. So if you drink, or if you smoke marijuana, we just saw the thing with Brittany, how she brought it over to Russia. You do not want to do that over in these countries. You do not want to take any contraband into those countries, even if it's a small amount. In Philippines, there is a minimum of like 2-year sentence for just having possession of drugs. So what she did in that case, they would have gave a minimum of 2 years. You need to know the laws before we go into these countries, right? So if it's something that you have a weakness for, let's not go to that place. Don't put yourself in a place where you're going to end up hurting your chances for life. The whole point of us going and exploring is to have a better life, a better way of living that's more conducive than the West when it comes to dating, relationships, marriage for a lifetime and our forever mates. All right. So let's go over some of the pros real quick. One, a lot of people talk a lot of negative stuff about these women. They think that they prostitutes, they STDs, they uneducated, they weak, they non-submissive. Well,
do I look uneducated, submissive, and desperate to you?
They don't know what they're talking about. First of all, in Philippines, their second language is English. They learn English since in elementary school. They're going to have 1.6 million students to graduate just this year from college. So they have just as many college graduates as major countries like this. In the Philippines, it's more of a Christian Catholic nation, country. And so they believe in the sanctity of marriage, so much so that they do not believe in divorce. So the difference between them and somewhere like the U.S. and the West, where divorce is like the first option for women here. And that's the biggest problem with the West, is that non-fault divorce, just irreconcilable differences. I'm no longer happy, cause divorces here. They leave good guys like Tom Brady just because he pursued a career. You see the guy, Megan Good's husband, Christian guy, good guy, saved himself for his wife, get with her, and a year, 2 years later, they leave. So with a whole bunch of irreconcilable differences. So, but you don't have that in the Philippines. They have a different value system. The women value men totally different. And let me tell you the benefit of being black or being from America or being from another country. One, we are considered exotic. And the women are proud to be with men like us, right? So don't take your Western dating mentality over there. Let them keep their culture. Let them be who they are soft, feminine, friendly. Don't try to take your dating experience over here and put it on those women, right? We go in there because they're more pleasant and it seems more compatible to the traditional man in the traditional relationship and marriages for those who want traditional. All right. Another thing about Philippines, that it is very diverse. People have been visiting there, having brides or starting families or impregnating women in the Philippines since the 20s, right? And so it's a lot of Philippines that looks various different looks. It's not just one standard and you just think that this is what a Filipino woman looks like. No, just look at some of the pictures. They come in all shades, colors, heights, and oh my gosh. To them, we are wow. I heard a woman who got married that's a Filipino, She's like, she loved walking around with her husband because everyone is like, wow, he's so handsome. He's tall, and people just stop and want to take pictures of him just because you in that country, so exotic. It's almost like being a celebrity. Average men are no longer average when you go to countries like this. See, an average salary in the U.S. is about 32 to 35,000, right? That's average man's salary. Well, in the Philippines, the average income, the income that most Filipinos make, is somewhere about $500 a month, about $10,000 towards the $10,000 a year. Families make about $12,000 for a household. So when they say that you are rich, well, people got this misperception saying, oh, they just want you because they think you are rich. Well, your income of $30,000 in the Philippines stretched into their culture is a rich man's salary. So you are rich. You're just only comparing yourselves here. So if you get a bride there to bring her back to the US, you're gonna bring her back to an average living lifestyle here. But if you have a salary and you take your salary where you are and you live in the Philippines, you are considered a rich man because your salary is higher than the majority of Filipinos. In the United States, the average height is about 5'9", right? Well, the average height of a man in the Philippines is only 5'2". So to them, you are super tall. Just the average man going there with an average salary from the US. You make $30,000. You're 5'9". You're a little awkward, a little quirky. You don't have relationship skills. You're a little introvert. You take those skills and who you are and just place you in Philippines. Over here, you as a man, you're worth so much more. All the women know it. All the people see it. And that's why you're valuable. Your $30,000 salary makes you a rich man. Your height of 5'9" makes you a tall man. And your look, your style, your everything makes you an exotic man. And they love the fact that you're different. I told them it's like a house. It doesn't matter how nice this house is. It's about location. And in the Philippines, they use pesos. So $1,000 US dollars is about 54,000 pesos in their currency. The average month to live there, it takes about anywhere from $500 to $600 a month. That's the cost of living in the Philippines. About $600 a month. I did not understand why the passport bros, I heard about it, but I did not understand it. And people begin to speak down on things they don't understand. So they make ideas and assumptions.
We don't talk enough about how passport bros are just predators.
I'm not a predator if I sleep with women in America, but if I sleep with women outside of America, I'm a predator. Gotcha.
Those mean. We are not the ones that's trying to prey on women, this or that, all that nonsense. You look for prostitutes, all that nonsense, throw it out the window. That has nothing to do with you as a man. You are looking for companionship. You're looking for wives that are non-combative, agreeable, soft, feminine, friendly, a joy to be around. You want a woman that ain't trying to leave you for every little thing. We want women that are loyal, that are with us for a lifetime, to the end of our lives. And this is what you get. So this is what the Passport Bros is about. Or I call them Kings Wanted. This was what it's about. Kings are wanted. All over this world, kings are wanted. The cost of food. Food in there, they talk about your monthly cost of food. It'd be somewhere about $200. Fast food, it costs you about $3 just to grab some fast food. Go to a restaurant, you'll be spending for two, you'll be spending somewhere about $12 to $14. These sorts of travel, like transportation, is kind of cheap. Buses and trains. Most people ride motorcycles. They have Uber and Grab cars, very inexpensive. And also they have bicycles. So you can rent bicycles for literally US pennies to rent a bicycle for the day. For a single individual, rent goes anywhere from $100 to $250. For a family, you're looking at about $200 to $500 for a family of 4 to live somewhere in the Philippines. Your utilities are less than $100. You have so many things that you can do. I mean, so many vacation spots, islands and boat rides and some of the things we need to look out for. So it's Philippine place for us. Now, this place is known to have about 20 typhoons a year, maybe 2 to 6 of them. Could be some serious and dangerous, right? It's also a place that has earthquakes. It also has volcanoes. So it has things of natural disaster that you would see among anywhere in the world. That's no different. It also has crime. It has gangs. They have pirates along the waters. But they have a navy to kind of protect people. These things are anywhere and everywhere. You know, like one of the biggest cities will be Manila, is known to also have gangs. But what we need to do is stay to ourselves. Don't be all flashy and showboatish. You don't want to stand out in that way. If you stand out in that way, you make yourself a target. But we don't want to be targets. We don't come there for that. We come there to meet our favorite partner. So when we go to places like this, what we do is we look and Google safest places in the Philippines. So we pick cities based off what's safe, right? So they got a couple of cities. I guess I'll list 5 cities that are considered the safest in the Philippines, and go from there. We can see some of the travel destinations, locations, some of the most beautiful sights that you've ever seen: hills, mountains, jungles, water, some of the most crystal bluish water. It looks like movie. It doesn't even look real. Some of this stuff looks like the movie Avatar. It's so beautiful. They experience gangs, robbery, guns, all in Manila with the gangs. One of the things is don't be flashy. Don't have expensive phones and cash and jewelry shown as you just walk in the streets. Some of the bigger cities where a lot of people are mainly known for pickpocketing, right? So if you go in one of the tourist areas, which is mostly where that pickpocketing is found, is in some of the biggest tourist areas. So just make sure you put yourself somewhere secure so you don't get pickpocketed, all right? Even in America, the most populous neighborhoods is the one with the highest crime rate. So you wouldn't expect anything less over there, right? So we just gotta make sure we protect ourselves at all times. Make sure you stay secure. Make sure you don't try to stand out because you don't want to draw the wrong attention. Now, one thing I want to mention is they talk about these skimmers where they are using, those little fake screens on the ATM that when you stick your card in, it reads all your information, put it on one of their cards, and they take your money out of your accounts. So as we go into it, let's make sure when we do use our cards, use it at banks, ATMs. Do not use it at the grocery store, convenience store, because those are the ways that they go and skim and pull your money out of your account. Things you need to look out for as we go out and as we explore and have fun. What they say is what you should do anywhere you go is make sure your drink doesn't get spiked. So they big on spiking drinks. So as you go out, they said, do not let your cup out of your hand. Always have your cup covered. Do not sit it down. Do not take a drink from anyone except the bartender. If someone is just buying drinks, buying shots, and just trying to show you a good time, if anything was to happen, you feel any dizziness while you're there, go to a server, go to someone who works there, and let them know you believe you've been spiked. And they will take care of you from there. Or find the group that you're with immediately and let people know that you don't feel well. Immediately, whatever space we in, all right? Whatever space you're in, just let someone know. They'll get you to emergency as soon as possible. So those are the big tips. We talk about how beautiful they are, how courteous and kind and sweet they are. Actually explore. Get out the matrix. Just go and explore for yourself. Go and experience the world for ourselves, man. All right? So Passport Bros, kings that's wanted, they out here. And this week, we're talking about Philippines. So we're going to go out here. Let's explore. Let's have fun. Let's find our wives. Let's find companionship. Let's find those who appreciate us. Where we lived in a country where they say, I don't need a man. And then other people say, oh, we want your man. We're waiting for the opportunity to get your man so we can treat them right. Don't believe me. Take our word for it.
There are millions more like me over here, just waiting to have a shot at making your man happy.
All right, guys. That's all I have for now. Superior men, do superior things. Till next time, sirs, I'm out.